This will be a Transformers review on Hegemon, third party Transformer. This is the box. It's called TW-01B. I'm not sure if this is the second edition, but it might be. It's the packaging. Nice art on the side here. Really, it's Megatron, the G1. I'm going to open this up and continue the review. This is Hegemon out of the packaging. And before I can continue the review, one thing I have to address is why the orange cap, this little plug here. It was not there originally, but on shipping there is a requirement, for the US at least, that his weapon mode, etc., anything that looks realistic, you have to have like an orange cap. And I understood that before I bought it, that they had to put it in so it could get US shipping. And so it's not originally there, it was added later on. I understood why, so originally not there. So just wanted to address that question right away. Here's an alternate head and this mace hand. But before we get to that, let's just look at the details. Alright, let's check this out. It's the G1 Megatron supposed to be. The plastic is okay here. It's not metal, it's all plastic. This is kind of odd, the way that just might get in the way of the front look a little bit. You see here the back, not too detailed for display. You really wouldn't want to pose it, the back view. But the front view is good here. Look at that. It is missing the Decepticon logo, obviously, because a third party cannot use it, but there is room for a logo if you have an extra one somewhere. And officially they cannot call it Megatron, obviously. This is pretty cool. It spins independent, and look at that. They put like a red glass here. That's pretty cool. But there's nothing to press. And you can remove it. I'll put it back here. This is the mace on the hand. This is very tough to switch out. It's kind of like stuck on mine, and I really don't want to mess with the peg. But this is the black head design on the sides, like Marvel Comics. I think 1980s comic books maybe it was like that. It's yellow, translucent for the eyes. But for me, the Megatron Classic is really not this one. It's the gray, so I'm going to keep this with the red eyes here. I'm going to keep this one on instead of this. But you do get this alternate part. It stands about 7.5 inches tall, but if you want the top of the cannon there, then it would be just under 9 inches. The width is about 4 inches. The articulation, side to side here, can go down or up. Shoulder, up, down. Yeah, the back fell off there. Not really anything else shoulder-wise. And the elbows to the sides and up. The hands, open grip. You can spin it only, hand area. Torso, upper torso there. That's about it. Hips, clicky articulation, and swivel thighs. Articulation at the knee. And the feet, you do get a little side to side there, a little motion there by the toes. And I'm going to transform it and show you the alternate mode. And here it is in his fearsome G1 1980s Walter P38 mode. And yeah, it does have a trigger. You could see why they put the orange cap here legally in the US, because either way, people, don't take this out into the public with those possible crazy cops, you know. Don't even try. Just leave this at home as a toy, please. So you could see why they put the orange cap, you know, and some legal law. Red scope here. The transformation was kind of odd because like the arms go here, this is the legs, the torso moves around. Took a while to transform. The thing is, like, there are a lot of like floppy parts where it doesn't feel that secure. Like some of the parts could flop around here pretty easy, so that makes transforming it hard, and to keep it properly in the mode. You see what I mean? There's like a lot of like parts that could just slip out or feel very loose in terms of moving around. And that's kind of unfortunate, but it makes it a little tough to transform and to keep it all the way together without things just like flopping and moving around unintentionally. Overall, a good interpretation of that mode. Surprisingly, that works. But again, for a toy, just keep this at home, please. Crazy cops in today's laws. There are stories out there. So I can understand why they put the orange cap as mentioned. This looks cool. It is plastic. It is a very light plastic feel. It feels like when you transform it, you're concerned sometimes the pegs. Will they break? Will the plastic crack? It's possible. That's why you gotta take your time transforming it and be careful. And again, some of the stuff feels kind of loose. It doesn't feel so secure. It could flop around pretty easy. Like a lot of these like small panels and stuff. And so that's it. I'm gonna change this back to the robot mode and give my final opinion on it. So overall, what did I think of Hegemon? Here it's a third-party Megatron relay made by ToyWorld. I thought it's a pretty nicely made action figure. This was in the $80 to $100 range, give or take. And I think for a third party, the quality is really good. Expensive, but it is that G1 look. It is unfortunate that you have to have the little orange cap, but it is a requirement in the US for a toy that looks realistic, that there is actually a law that you have to have that. I knew that going in before I purchased it, that it was required. But, you know, other than that, and I was okay with that, I understood why legally. But for the rest of it, it's great, you know. Both modes look cool, but I prefer the robot mode much more. I like the cannon, that it has that red effect part on the inner cannon on the sidearm there. And I'm not sure if it has the extension pieces. I think that is available, but it's unfortunate that they don't include it. So it kind of stinks that you can't get the full weapon mode properly if you really wanted the extra parts on this edition. But again, I would just keep it in robot mode anyway, overall. I think the details are nice, the sculpting is nice. I like the extra accessories they gave it. And this Megatron is one of the nicer Megatron action figures in terms of this scale, and especially price range wise might be a bit too expensive, I think, but it just looks pretty cool. It's definitely, maybe it's not the best version of the G1 look, comparing all the different companies that have made Megatrons, but it definitely is one of the nicer versions of the figure, I would say. And so, thanks for watching. Talk to you later.